This episode has been brought to you by Lunya and Lahgo. Whether you're waking up at night or just calling it a night, Lunya is your daily reminder to find beauty in the everyday. Lunya's mission is to elevate rest ever since it was founded in 2014 by Los Angeles native Ashley Merrill. Known for pioneering washable silk and cashmere, they've expanded into other signature fabrics like organic pima and cozy cotton silk. Everything Lunya makes is designed to tangibly improve rest, with products as functional as they are beautiful. Sleepwear with patented no-twist waistbands, strategic ventilation, stay-put sleeves, and state-of-the-art fabrics are just some of the rest-centric innovations that are at the foundation of the brand. I love the short robe. It's a robe reimagined. It's constructed of the most buttery fabric, organic pima, and it feels super soft to the touch, and it's cooling too. When I'm just looking for some time to wind down at night, or if I don't have to get ready till after my workout, I live in this robe, and it's a very flattering silhouette. So if I have to wear it out to a drop-off, no one's ever gonna know. Use my special code MOMSENSE20 to receive $20 off your first order of $100 or more at lunya.co.
I was around the house wearing my husband's old clothes, like his boxer briefs had like a hole in them. I'm wearing this to be comfortable, clearly, because I'm certainly not wearing this to look cute. I didn't even have kids yet, so I can't blame my kids for that. I looked in this mirror and I for some reason, I saw myself for the first time, even though I'd been wearing this outfit for like a long time. But I looked in the mirror and I was like, is this what it's going to be? And then I started really thinking in my head and going, it's interesting that I'll buy myself like a cocktail dress that I'm going to wear to a dinner party at 2 times, but I won't invest in anything that I'm going to wear every single day and actually around all the people that I care about the most. And then I layered on top of it, as I did become a parent, realized I was like utterly sleep deprived. And if I ever got woken up because like a strap was twisted or something, and I was so pissed because sleep was so like precious to me that I was like, no. My dress is not waking me, like my clothes better not wake me up. I already barely can sleep as it is.
Hi there, it's Kanika. Get ready for another season of That's Total Mom Sense, where I interview global thought leaders on their life stories, the legacy they're passing on to their kids, and of course, their mom sense and dad sense superpower.
It's me, Bobby Brown. Can't wait to share my story.
Hey, I'm Daphne Oz.
Hi, I'm Shawnee Darden.
Hi, this is Christelle Lynn.
Hi, I'm Bob Nishamulan.
Hi, this is Tony Leroy.
Hi, I'm Shannon Lee.
Hi, I'm Farnoosh Tarabi.
Hi, this is Michael Perry, founder of Maple, and you're listening to me on That's Total Mom Sense.
It's our mission to be inclusive, so we're having dads pull up a seat at the table. Tune in to my new monthly segment, What Matters Most with Maple, featuring my co-host, Michael Perry, tech founder and devoted father of 2. Thank you to my brand partners, community, and you, yes, you, for making this podcast possible. Episodes release every Thursday. Join my tribe by logging on to that'stotalmomsense.com and subscribe wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. Life in a pandemic has taught us so much. And when it comes to fashion, I think we've all realized that comfort is paramount. Today, I'm chatting with Ashley Merrill of Lunya and Lahgo, an athleisure brand that has skyrocketed in the past few years. The brand's crafted restwear has a simple mission: to elevate rest in people's lives. Beyond Lunya and Lahgo, Ashley is the principal at an impact investing firm, NACO3, where she leverages her background in venture, technology, and the arts to invest in ways that utilize business to create opportunity and move humanity forward. Ashley is also co-founder of The Deep, a media platform that makes philosophy and personal exploration accessible through thought-provoking questions, and the chairwoman of Outdoor Voices. Both personally and professionally, she is an active supporter of organizations like SOLA, Upstream, and United Medical Corps. She is a Southern California native and resides there with her husband and their 2 young children. Ashley, welcome to That's Total Mom Sense.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a bit about your childhood, because I'm sure that that's gone on to shape who you are today.
I think some of the things when I think about my childhood or things that were impactful, I think about my relationship with my father. I think my dad is very much of a anything is possible type of a person. And when I look at like what I've chosen to do, I think a lot of that does stem from this idea of, what are the world's problems and can we view those with a lens of opportunity? Because they are solvable. I mean, I think about Elon a lot, how he like literally highlights a problem and then goes out there and like builds a business to solve it. And I'm like, it's so ballsy and so impressive, but optimism is a challenge. Optimism is a thing you have to work at because the realism of the world is heavy. And to believe that change and things are possible, even when it feels oppressive and difficult, certainly was a lesson I learned from my dad. And I think that showed up definitely in his like solutions-oriented way that he pursued medical school, building practices that people said were impossible, to even like he could build cars and help build houses and repair, like just the way that nothing stood in his way, I think was definitely very impressionable.
That's wonderful. So tell us how Lunya and Lahgo came to be, starting with how you came up with the name for it.
Sure. So I would say the name came from, there's a word, Lugna. It's a Swedish word that means calm. When I showed that word to an American, they said lugna, which was not pretty.
It's jarring and not
It's
calm.
jarring. It doesn't have a pretty sound at all. I don't really want to buy lugna products. And then Luna, of course, is a Spanish word, which means moon.
Right.
So it was this interesting word that I could make up that referenced different cultural words that felt like they absolutely made sense, calm and moon for like this kind of restwear space that we were trying to occupy. And the idea came from personal experience, to be honest. Like I was around the house wearing my husband's old clothes, like his boxer briefs had like a hole in them. Okay, I'm wearing this to be comfortable, clearly, because I'm certainly not wearing this to look cute. I didn't even have kids yet, so I can't blame my kids for that. I looked in this mirror and I for some reason I saw myself for the first time, even though I'd been wearing this outfit for like a long time. But I looked in the mirror and I was like, is this what it's going to be? And then I started really thinking in my head and going, it's interesting that I'll buy myself like a cocktail dress that I'm going to wear to a dinner party at 2 times, but I won't invest in anything that I'm going to wear every single day and actually around all the people that I care about the most. And then I layered on top of it, as I did become a parent, realized I was like utterly sleep deprived. And if I ever got woken up because like a strap was twisted or something, and I was so pissed because sleep was so like precious to me that I was like, no. My dress is not waking me, like my clothes better not wake me up. I already barely can sleep as it is. And so Lunya, I think one of the thought processes here was like, yes, let's make it stylish, but let's think about function almost the way that if I was making athletic wear, that you would think about function. Like, obviously if I'm going for a run, I'm wearing a sports bra because functionally that makes the run far more enjoyable. But there's things like that apply to rest, like, straps that don't twist, waistbands that don't ride up, fabric that's really thoughtful. And I very much am a fan of like heavy natural fibers or 100% natural fibers because breathability really matters for something you're going to be wearing for such a duration like that. And so it could be like, from our standpoint at Lunya, it could be the natural inherent properties of the fabric serve you while you sleep, like Pima, which is really breathable, or washable silk, which is thermoregulating. It's naturally a little cool when your body's warm and vice versa. But then there's also things like, I noticed temperature was a huge reason that people wake up. And so our cool fabric can actually keep you much cooler. We did some studies and it actually was, I think it was 3 degrees cooler, which if you imagine setting your thermostat 3 degrees lower, it's substantial.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's substantial. And even just like hormones tend to affect how people temperature at night. And so anyway, so even like temperature like that, or, I have Restore fabric that is great for post-workout. It increases your body's circulation, good for travel where circulation is also, it's like we started in this one place of going like, could I make something stylish and functional more from a construction angle? And we've become a company that is like able to take that as a foundation and be incredibly innovative to think about how to elevate people's rest.
Oh, wow. Tell us more about some of the specific styles. I personally love the short robe. and the sleepwear, the silk shorts. Tell us about some of your favorites and bestsellers.
The robe is a product that's actually been around for a long time. That piece we started with very early on, and it started like an investigation. I'm not from fashion. That's not my background. So I didn't start with like a mood board of like, what would be beautiful? I started with like, how is she going to wear this? What is annoying about all the robes she owns right now? And how do I make one that like, this is panacea of robes, right?
Right.
So, I mean, things came up. Like I'm always losing the robe, the tie. And I feel so bulky in my robe, or it's so hot. That came up like a lot because, even when we're cold, most people's inside is relatively temperature controlled. So wearing like a super big terry robe has its place, but it's a pretty short window that you need it for. That's like straight out of the shower. After that, like for getting ready, most people are actually wanting something that's like a little bit lighter. So getting all this feedback, we have this like hook, this like asymmetrical hook at the top, and we kind of joke, but it's like, I have to go down and pick up the food from the Postmates guy. So like I'm going to put this on so I don't feel like I'm like giving the world a show. And
right. And it's ideal for nursing too.
Great for nursing.
Yeah. Yes. Which is so great. And it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's this maternity wear.
I think that, and you get the life of it that like lasts beyond that stage. So it's nice because you're like, okay, I don't feel like I'm wasting money on something that's like for 6 months or 12 months of my life. So there's a lot of other details, like the sleeves are designed so they stay up, because everyone would tell me like they're washing their face and their sleeves were getting wet, or they're setting their arms on fire when they're cooking over the stove with their robe on. So like, it was amazing. People had lots to say about this, like issues with their robes. So when we designed one, we were like, okay, let's reverse the fabric on the neck to help with water absorption from hair, but let's keep the soft stuff on the inside for her, because fundamentally, like, you want soft against your skin, but you want the absorption just around your hair area. And then we're like, let's attach the robe. Let's add the pockets. Let's put a slit so when you're walking upstairs, she's not tripping herself going up the stairs. Like these more fitted sleeves, the closure around the neck. And, my favorite part about, and it's an organic Pima, so a very long lasting our Pima that we're using the best Pima, and there are different grades of all of this. So they call it staples. So like cotton is like all these little pieces of fiber that are spun together. And that's how you get like a strand.
Okay.
And so the longer the staple, the longer the little pieces, the less potential ends there are to come up and create pilling. So when you go like, what creates pilling? Pilling would be lots of short staples that are when they're spun over time, when they're washed, the little ends come up and you end up with pills all over your shirt.
Right.
So the longer and this is actually one of the dilemmas with recycled Pimas and why we haven't really delved into that yet, because the way they make recycled is they take old Pima and they chop it up. So oftentimes it makes the staples shorter, which makes it more likely to pill, which actually shortens the lifespan of the product. So some of these sustainability measures are fraught with nuance, right? Because you're going, well, actually, I think my best bet is just to make you the best quality so it lasts you the longest. And so we're using this really high-end Pima with these long staples, which minimizes the pilling, but cotton is so naturally breathable and strong. So you can have a relatively lightweight fabric that is quite durable and very soft. And so you have this like great fabric, really thoughtful design. But frankly, like if you knew none of that, which most people, I'm going to say 90% of people who come to our website don't know any of that stuff. It's just a cute robe. So they're like, that's really cute. It's flattering. I want to buy that. And that's most people. My feeling is all that agonizing I do over the fabric and the style with the designers and working on all of that, that's because I want it to be not just the piece that you bought because it was cute, but the piece that you reach for every single night because it just works the best. You may not even like exactly know why, but you're just like, for whatever reason, this is my favorite one. Like your sweats with pockets versus your ones without. You're like, I don't know why, but it's annoying when I carry myself on. So when I'm making a decision between those two sweats, I'm like picking the pocket one or, It's the little design decisions that the customer may or may not even know that to me are the difference between a great product and an okay product.
And now let's talk about your motherhood journey. Did you know you always wanted to be a mom and now you're a mom too?
It's funny. I said to my husband, I'm not sure I want kids. And, I wasn't sure that I wanted kids. But the reason I was unsure about wanting kids was I was worried that having kids meant, I mean, this is back to the thing I described for you with my mother, but I was worried that that would mean I was going to lose my independence and my ability to fulfill my own dreams. And my husband, before we got married, and I do think this is like good to hammer out, because kids are kind of like they're kind of like, if you want them or you don't want them, they're kind of a different path, you know?
Right.
And he was like, that's not going to be a choice. You're going to have to make an either or on. Like, I respect that you need that. And like, I understand that if we have kids, protecting your ability and right to have a career and having your own thing, I got it. Like he knew that was like part of the deal.
Right.
And so then I was like, okay, then I'm having kids and we'll do it. Like, it's fine. We'll do it. You know, it was like, it's just interesting because it was like, I didn't not want the kids. I was just scared that like saying yes to that
meant to lose the independence.
Yeah.
I get
because
that.
of what I had grown up with. And so the story of starting Lunya is actually funny because I actually ended up, I was going to business school, which started in September of 2012. And my husband and I had decided this would be a good time to start a family. And I had a few business ideas like rolling around in my head, and Lunya was one of them. I was sitting on it. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I haven't hit the right one yet. I'm not sure. I knew I wanted to go that route in life, but I didn't have confidence yet in like, what is my plan? So we started trying to have a kid, and I ended up getting pregnant right away. So I was lucky in that. It wasn't exactly what I thought was going to happen, but that's what happened. So like I started school in September, I got pregnant late September. And then all of a sudden, the first thought I had right after being like, yeah, I'm pregnant was, oh my gosh, I'm not doing this idea because I'm afraid of failing, not because I don't think it's a good idea. And now I'm going to have to tell my kid that I didn't do this idea because I was afraid of failing, not because I don't think it's a good idea. And that's not good.
Right. So you had to pursue it.
I'd rather do it and fail and at least be able to tell that story. But I can't do. So it was the weirdest twist of events in that here I was so afraid kids were going to like take away all of my dreams and all these other things that I wanted for myself. But in the end, getting pregnant was the like moment in the mirror for me. It was don't be such a weakling. Like, if you want to do it, take some risk. And that's doing it and failing is actually better than
not doing it at all. Yeah. Is there something that happened recently that made you smile that your kids did?
My daughter, she's going to hate that I'm saying this. There's this little boy she has a crush on, and he likes somebody else.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I know this isn't like a sweet, like positive story, but you know, hearing her like navigate with such innocence, the like, how do I make somebody like me? This is whatever I say right now is like very important in life. Like, I was just thinking like, I was like, it has to be me answering this question because this is like fundamental to like the human experience. Like, it feels big.
Oh my gosh. I have like a pit in my stomach right now because I think, I don't know how I'm going to navigate these conversations. And do you have a mom tribe? We all need a support system. And who are those people that are, like in your five?
Two girls in particular that have been my best friends for a very long time. One of my friends, Kirsten, became my friend in college, and we've been close ever since. We both have kids. And then another good friend of mine from one of my first jobs, and we've been friends, and she also has kids. And so we just actually did a girls' weekend away, and it was like amazing. It's so important for your like soul to rebuild. We had a great time. That's one of my mom tribes. And then I also have a professional mom tribe.
Yes.
Which the two girls I mentioned, like I don't have to talk to them. Like I can just be with them. They're like the effortless. It's almost like another, like your spouse where like, I can just be with you. I don't have to like impress you. I can look awful and we can just have that relationship. My mom tribe, I would say that is more professional, has been really great in a different way in that a lot of them are entrepreneurs. And because that journey is very specific and it almost feels like another child for us, and the kind of sacrifices we're going through are very relatable for one another. And so being able to talk to, like, I have women in that group that, and it's sort of unofficial, but there's like a few of us and we're all on text and it's been great to like talk to a woman who's got like a 14-year-old and she's like, here's what's coming. And cool. Like that's helpful for me because also like, I'm looking at, you're trying to decide when do you have delayed gratification, when do you not? And I'm going, you know what? Like my kids are at the prime age right now to want to hang out with me and experience life with me. So because I have these incredible women with kids at different stages, they're creating like prioritization in how I think about my life right now. Like I'm like,
Absolutely.
I'm going to travel with my kids right now. I'm going to spend so much time with them because likely when they're teenagers, they're going to like want me a little less to
Right.
be, and so,
Right.
I mean, certainly I still need to be there for them, but it's not quite the same. Like just having these women that I can share what I'm going through and they can tell me what they're going through and they can give me a window to like the world in front that's coming has just been incredibly valuable.
Let's not forget our quote of the day. Is there a quote that you live by?
Be the change has always been a quote for me. I like that it's flexible and can mean a lot of things. Build for the life you want. And being the change or having that feeling of empowerment to build whatever that future needed to look like for me to feel fulfilled and make an impact on the world and whatnot. It's been a really liberating expression. So it's definitely one I love.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's now time for Mom Haul, when we share products we love. So I'd love for you to share your favorite Lunya products. And we have a special code, MomSense20, where new customers are given $20 off their first order of 100 or more. Yeah, Ashley, tell us, what are your favorite go-tos from your line?
Well, because I know a lot of your audience is moms, I'm going to say the Lunya Pima romper for breastfeeding mom. Like I can just promise you, I don't even have to feel 1 second of like, is she going to like it or not? It will be the thing you wear nonstop all the time. It's very easy to breastfeed with. It's like this one outfit all together. Everybody gets it in like 100 colors. They buy one and they're like, yes, this is the perfect
My go-to. Yeah.
Great for new moms. So I highly recommend that. And I think our silk tea set, it's a classic Lunya piece. It's in our washable silk, which is really great. I think it can be a really nice go-to for just, you want to feel a little more elevated. Like one thing I think about motherhood sometimes is like, you just kind of feel like you don't have it anymore. Like, by that, I mean, like I used to feel cute, I'm like,
I feel so frumpy.
Yeah, you feel frumpy. And it's like, hey, look, I'm not going to go so far as to like really dress up. Let's keep it real. But like, if I could find something that's comfortable that I actually don't have to feel frumpy in, that's like, again, a pretty big winner. And I think our silk sets really do that for you. It's like a pick-me-up, but you still get to be comfortable. So I definitely think those. And then the last item I would say, and I realize this sounds a little all over the place, but there is our Pima wide leg pants. And I think this is really good for like, just if you're puttering around if you're going to be like around the house and you want to be comfortable, but you're like, maybe today I don't want to wear sweats, like I want to just feel like I'm more put together than that. Right. It's an incredibly flattering silhouette. Also great for like moms, if maybe your body isn't like exactly where you want it after having a kid. It gives you a really nice waist. So I feel like it creates a really nice hourglass. It finds your smallest part. And then it's so free flowing on the bottom. That's like very comfortable and easy to wear. So you're kind of like, again, my whole life is like, can it feel like sweats and look cuter?
And still look cute. Yes.
I think this is that. I think you can like eat a big meal, feel really comfortable, but you still like have a figure in it. And so you feel flattered. And again, it's another one kind of like the Pima romper that people buy in like many colors.
Oh, love it. And where can my listeners find you and Lunya and show you support?
Lunya is LUNYA.co. Lahgo is LAHGO.co. And that's the men's restwear website. They're both on Instagram, Lunya and Lahgo, so you can find them there. And then if you wanted to follow me and my journey, it's Ashley_Merrill. And Merrill is spelled MERRILL. And then the last one, just because while I'm throwing everything at you, I think we'll just add one more.
Yeah.
If you wanted to check out The Deep, it's thedeep.life on Instagram and on the web. So fun question philosophy, like I had mentioned before.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time and your insights. This was such a comfortable conversation, I feel.
I'm so glad that we got to talk about all the things. So this is wonderful. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much. This is really fun.
Thank you for listening to my conversation with Ashley Merrill. I'm so glad that we got to touch on so many different topics and passions in her life, from biotech to venture capital to sustainability to her fashion lines, Lunya and Lahgo, which is specifically her menswear line. She's doing so much with her time and is truly an inspiration to everyone, especially enterprising moms. Check out all the different products at lunya.co, and you can use my promo code MOMSENSE20 to receive $20 off your order of $100 or more. Follow me at Kanika Chadda Gupta and at That's Total Mom Sense to learn more about this special episode and other guests that I have on my show. As always, rate, review, and subscribe to That's Total Mom Sense wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks so much for being part of my tribe. Remember, always trust your mom sense and dad sense. Stay strong, super parents. I'll see you next time.
That's Total Mom Sense.